I started a message and then I had the wrong headphones plugged in. There's no microphone in the other ones. Mickey came through again and said, I'm gonna say it again through you because these guys like hearing it like this better. It's different when it comes from you. I don't know what it is with you guys, with strong women, men. You like to be surrounded by weak ones. This doesn't make you a man, you know. Comparing yourself to a weak woman makes you a weak woman. I'm gonna say it again. The woman that you know is Teresa. All right, yeah, I'm gonna be sensitive about this because it's uncomfortable for her, but she has a knowing. That's it's pretty strong. Anyway, the documentation that she talks about with the fake paperwork was also drawn up when she left Sinaloa. This is the one with the channel, filthy and unethical. I know you don't like it. She's Nat Latessa, Gnat, Nat. Not the other one, not this other bitch that caused a whole bunch of problems and is now Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, they ran from the cartel and then disguised themselves, and they're less of a woman, we could say. All right, less of a woman than you think. I'm not sure if this woman is ever going to have justice served, and there are people who are getting hard thinking about it. You're sick people. She's a different kind of sick. She reminds me of me, where I wanted to be a certain type of person, but the world made it difficult for me to bring that side out. And then when you get the side you want to bring out, you don't like it. She's just like me. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some degrees of separation here. I think he's just going to do most of this. I've never been so disgusted in men. Women, I've always had this weird disdain for because they're not like this one. This one actually cared for you guys, and the more that she cared for you guys, the more that you disrespected her. I don't know how. Some of them cry to themselves because they hate themselves, but you don't hate yourself enough to change. You hate yourself enough that you're comfortable with who you are. It's not enough hate, it's just a dislike. This is this. All right, so I'm gonna go back and forth because this is that these masculines are waking up, right? And the first thing that I thought was, right, waking up to what though? The fact that you like dick. That was the awakening. This could be part of the awakening, is that most men, because they're just competitive with women, you gravitate towards other men. Yeah, you're very quick to judge. This is oh God. This to me feels like before you're even done your sentence, I'm going to cut you off and respond. It's a feminine thing. Listen, this is Mickey again. Most of you men have more feminine qualities and feminine characteristics and traits than you do masculine. And she has the opposite, and it bothers you. It antagonizes and agitates the lack of manhood that you have in you. I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you why you feel this way about this woman. I had women in my life who cared for me. Well, they said that they did, but they cheated and then they tried setting me up. But this one here is fucking loyal. I can't understand it. You all claim that you need someone loyal in your life. It doesn't. Stop looking at her sexually and look at her as a person of interest. How's that? A business interest. She means it. I'm telling you, she's no longer you. She has no idea what she would feel with the kind of woman she is next to any man on this planet. There's not a man on this planet, even for you pretty boys, that's good enough for this woman. You're just not. Even you models and shit, you're just not good enough of a man. Jack Ripper, not Jack the Ripper. It was him. For who just asked, it was Jack Ripper. And then we have the devil. This is, oh my God. I want to, there's a Susie Berry or Susan Berry. I have never, even you wealthy, prominent folk down south, you're embarrassing. You only care about your wealth. That's it. That you have secluded yourselves in this lifestyle or this world where you have put yourself on a pedestal where you believe you are above everybody. You're not above this one though. You all have gauged some people's worth off of what they have in their bank accounts and what they have bought for themselves. There are many people who had things given to them and bought for them, and they're being seen as greater than, and they did nothing to attain it the right way. We need to stop judging based off of assets. Airline, she actually bought, invested, and is still a silent partner under Adeline Miller, Spirit Airlines. This woman has money in so many different areas. Barack Obama, you attempted to destroy this woman's life you have no reason. You're trying to come up with one because you know that some men, whether she feels a certain way about them or not, they don't care about that. They're doing this just because there's injustice, and there are still warriors on this planet, and they are suiting up and gearing up. Yeah, these are the true Heyokas. Those who don't need money to fight for something. They're the dangerous ones. They are less than happy and more than agitated. All right. She also owns BlackRock completely. This one flipping cards. She owns BlackRock, and she did create many Freemasonry. She was on the same side as you men who are attacking her. This is what we can't understand. And for those of you who know this, I remember, and Judge Trainer, spelled with a Y, they set up for her to be put in that van. Yeah, it doesn't really matter though. We're just putting this information out because it's something we feel like we want to do, but nobody takes this information as if it were them and does anything with it. You're all so intimidated by this. Even before some of you knew about her DNA, you were always intimidated by Nat Latessa. Your passion is awkward. What you all have passion for is just awkward. Divine Masculine's waking up to the fact that, as I said, I like Dick. This is waking up to acknowledgement that I make impulsive decisions. I'm very competitive. With this Devil card, this could even be, like the shit I do for work. I wind up sleeping with people at my job, and then I get fired. So this is just the sloppiness of these Divine Masculines. Okay, I don't feel any divinity. I don't feel any wholesomeness at all, or any kind of want to be a better version than they are than the man that they are now. You don't know how to strategize anymore. Everything she does with strategy. And some of you used to be this. It's me again. Some of you used to be just like her, and she triggers you because of it. You cared more about your fucking crocodile shoes while you're about to go on benefits. Yeah, you're all losing because you didn't do right by this woman. And your pride with, I refuse to, you will wind up homeless, hungry, and burning forever just because you didn't follow through on something you said. Let's excuse me, Manning Preston, I'm speaking. Okay, I may not be here in physical form, but my presence is still felt everywhere. You offered to do something for this woman multiple times and then sat there and just, why did you offer? Because you're impulsive and you're no boss. You said it yourself. A true boss is about action, not words. So you just outed yourself. Go ahead and get up. All right, now I have nothing disrespectful to say, and she's not that way either. It has to be pulled out of her. Okay, all of these fits of rage are warranted. In fact, I don't think she's raged enough. I think that this belief of stoicism is keeping people from showing true emotion, and she'll probably now remove all the energy of stoicism so that now people can get out healthy rage. There will be mayhem and chaos on this planet, on this thing, okay? That's still up in the air what it is. I don't want to give too much information. Who is this now? Arthur Conrad. My. How how we have fallen and sunk. Sunken? What happened to you men? Now, I'm not going to get into that because it's uncomfortable for her that she lives in the house, but it seems like you men have all become programmed to honor women who hate you. It's embarrassing because other people can tell that these women, one, are unattractive. Two, they don't like you. They don't respect you. And they would never have your back unless they needed to look that way in public. This is the woman who would have your back without ever being seen. I can't, excuse me, Artie, Churro, I'm speaking, please. What is it with you men? Do you think it's possible that you have some more feminine DNA and that some of your people have been implanting this and that she exposed it and you're still angry at her for this? You're moving in life like feminines. You need to understand this. When you look in the mirror, if some of you look in the mirror 12, 15 times a day as men, you get up, you do your hair. This is a woman's routine. Some of you put fucking makeup on, okay? Whatever the reason. But it's the way you move about life. It's the way you stir your coffees with your pinkies out. Yeah, that's not mob pinky. That's I'm gay pinky. It's the fact that you refuse to say hello in coffee shops to any women, but you will go, you're gay. Every man on this planet, every one of you, has more gay tendency than straight. And she knows this now. It took her a while, but she figured this out a while ago, and that's why they keep putting her in this situation, because of this connection she's got with this realm. Well, Patrick, this is making, don't even bother. You know, you're good looking, but she's not into, she has another thing going on now where she just wants to destroy. And that's why she's here. She wasn't here to date you. She wasn't here to get caught up in relationships or to have 5 fucking kids that don't respect her either. She wants nothing to do with these kids. She wants nothing to do with a life with you. You stay with Glenda, this unattractive fucking male that you married impulsively because you thought that this was going to be better than this. You're going to suffer in different ways than other people are, my friend. I don't have a problem with you. These are things I've already seen. That's because my name was Mickey Ramo. And it's very intricate when it comes to names, dates, and time. In the spirit realm, they don't exist. So for you people that think that she's a fraud, it's because those things, they aren't in this world that she's trying to pull in. Facts. Right. And I think that this woman and other women just want nothing to do with this facade that comes with just waiting and waiting and waiting for you all to man the fuck up. There are multiple men that are interested in this woman who have nothing to do with being low or metrosexual or secretly want dick. I'm not sure that she's going to be ready. I think that you're correct. Some of you have said she's going to have a hard time trusting men, that she'll just wind up using them for sex, and this would be true. So she is up for that. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, darling, but I feel like you're definitely the kind of woman where you would rather just fuck a man and never see him again. You're absolutely correct. I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be married. I don't want to be a fucking mom to 5 fucking kids who have no sense of purpose or structure. Even the little one, I want nothing to do with him. Norman Bates, but this is a different Norman Bates. It was fated for men to line up to ask this woman for her hand, and that may still happen, but she's going to deny every one of you. Yeah. There are men that are going to go crazy and they're going to be pulled to her and she's going to deny you. Yeah, this is just a constant disappointment in men who, these King of Pentacles are You should be older. You're old enough and wise enough is what this feels like. And just the constant disappointment when it comes to getting some type of equality out of you. You know, it's always a fucking head game, or you want women to chase you the way that women want men to chase them. The roles have switched so much. This is me again. Do we have to do this? So you guys get agitated when she speaks the truth, but then a man comes forward and your dick gets hard. You need to listen to an entity removal, and you need to keep it on loop. Most of you don't realize you're being ran by something else. It's very covert the way that these entities do this shit. Her connection with demons and darkness is something that you'll never understand, and she's comfortable there. That's why she wants to go back down to hell. You were at one point, Patrick, the king and queen of hell. It's crazy. You saw that you have been dethroned already. You can't get that back. Do you know how important that is? You were partially the creator incarnate. You're nothing now. I mean, once she cut that cord with you, you're your servant. You're a simple servant now to her. There will be nobody that sits in that chair. Yeah, it's just going to be her now. This is power over the world. This is everybody. These are the guys that just want to rule. And then they say, I don't want a relationship. I'm not in it. But when you saying this, and then you'll have a woman in your life, and that woman can feel that these are the women of value, and they pull away from you. Now you hunt them down. That's not what a man does. We don't hunt women. We hunt men. And because of all this gender switching, it's hard to tell who's who. You have women who step to men like they're like thugs. And then you have women like this that would rather hand it verbally. But when she hits hard, and you don't ever see it coming. She doesn't say much. When that's her intention, she'll just walk up to you and hit you. And she has. And people have footage of this, but yet you're keeping that from the public. Listen, well, I mean, I'll say it for me. I don't want any of that shit to come out because I don't trust any of it. I don't trust that people who are addicted to editing that you haven't. So I'm going to say, I'm going to ask this realm to erase that complete history, and whatever has to be done so that this footage does not come out, which would mean deleting it permanently, people getting into accidents where now this footage is caught on fire. I'm going to request that all evidence, true and untrue, of me and my past be removed from this realm completely. And it will be too. And it will happen quick, one after another. Yeah, the disappointment. I'm not even disappointed anymore. That shit left me quickly. This is disappointment from beings that are surrounding this realm, that they can't believe what they're seeing. I can't believe how many of you, this is Ida Washington, Junior, Senior. I can't believe how many of you are still sleeping with children. Because there's no repercussion. These are sick. And most of you are black, and I'm a black woman. I'm disgusted at black, all of you actually. You all have so much hatred in your heart, even those of you who are trying to pose as otherwise. You have so much hatred, you still believe subconsciously that you were slaves. Some of you, this is your first incarnation, and it shows in the way that you really care about black people, by the way you treat them on a daily basis, that you don't give a fuck about whether people were slaves or not. We can see that clearly from here, and she can see that clearly from where she's at too, and that's why she says the things that she says, because they need to be said. You are a cancer in this society, my black people. You are a fucking cancer. You are. You have so much disdain. Wait until the truth comes out that the blacks are the ones that started slavery against white people. There's actually footage of this. I would show it if I was you, sir. You're going to shut them up immediately. Well, it turns out that technology was a little more advanced than we thought when it came to recording history. And this is going to show that this woman and this other guy, we'll say, have been around for a long time. It's over, Patrick. It's not going to happen. Yeah, they won't allow you near her. You set up for her to be attacked in that hotel room. You were lied to, but the thing is you consider yourself a man, a certain kind of man. You didn't check any facts with that. So it appears that you wanted that to happen. And it happened the way it happened, and she's still here. And I'm guessing that you thought she was going to go away, and I don't know how you thought you could ever look her in the face. Yeah, you had the wrong woman, is correct, but you lost this one because of it. Guide. Places financial gain over, it feels like everything, man. Most of you on this planet, who is this David Cracking? You won't do shit for free. Which is kind of like selling your soul in some way, yeah? You don't give back unless it's to other money. For you rich motherfuckers, do you hear me? You give back and fund to other places where they already have money. We're told to do it. Slaves. And she's right. Black people are slaves to the system. 98% of you are on benefits. This is why you chose gang life. Yep. Chariot. For those of you who are driving her vehicles, they're going to crash. Some of them are going to just explode. When she disconnected herself from you men, things started happening immediately, didn't they, somewhere? And it's going to get worse and worse because she can't rely on any of you. For people that are living in her properties, these properties will sink. She doesn't care about the safes. She doesn't care about the shit that are in them. The hotels are going to sink. What's up? Oh, the hotel that was left to Teresa Heilman by Paul Zachariah. It was Paul Zachariah left it to her. But it doesn't matter where the paperwork. She doesn't even want me to say. She doesn't care. She doesn't want any of these things. This entire plane is cursed. Everything and everybody, because of what was done to this woman, is cursed. The land, the landmarks, the people on this planet, there are 5 of you who may cross over and go to Atlantis, but you'll at least go to heaven, and I guess that's better than the alternative, and that would be staying here amongst immortality and just being tortured and burned forever. Who is this? Ira Conrad. It's true, Brad. And you know it's true. You can tell it's true. She wouldn't kill you for money. And what is also true is that you will be one of, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with you. I don't know if it's this fucking broad that you're with that has your balls in a vice. But you both will be burning. Who said I'll take my, is that you, Angelina? You'll take your chances? I was hoping that you were going to say that, you miserable fucking cunt. You turned into a miserable version, just a greater miserable cunt version of your mother. Yeah, here's John. This is the actual John. Alright, you're a clone. I'm disgusted with both of you. That's all. That's it. Alright, that was pretty simple. It seems like a man of few words. Ira Washington Turner. I'm not even a big fan of this woman, but I can see who she is from this realm. I don't want to get into it, alright? It was Gavin that did it, right? Honk, 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 woulda. Now you know it's me. Woulda. There, it's better. That better? You guys refuse. It's like everything that this woman does and proves herself, you guys refuse to believe. Do you know how hurt and disgustingly hurt you people are? This is everybody. It doesn't matter what skin color. You're all hurt, and you carry around this resentment and anger, and it shows in your looks deteriorating, and then you get angry at somebody else because their looks don't. You're getting angry at people for shit that you're doing and saying. Shut the fuck up. This is Ira Washington. Do you know you're being recorded right now and that this is going to be public on the news? what you guys have been doing in this room, the weird ways you've been running up to something like you think there's a camera there, but you're calling this fucking woman crazy. The way you guys get up every time she gets up, somebody's putting a bunch of things together because they know it's part of their mission to put this woman's story out. And she knows that when she denies things, people want to give it to her now. So she knows that she's destined to get certain things, but she doesn't want it. She always takes the power back, always. I don't know if you ever give it away, darling, but if you did, you're a cream of the crop when it comes to making sure that people know exactly who the hell you are and that you have all the power. Don't you ever forget who you are. And then we have O-U-G-E. This seems real close to gouge. The word is now obsolete. It is last recorded around the mid-1700s. German. A bookbinder's tool for blind tooling or gilding. Having a face which forms a curve. An incising tool which cuts, forms, or blanks. And this could be a last name too, O-U-G-E. Dutch. I'm not sure what that's about. Now I have to come through. They're putting 325, 325,000 watts of late. What is it with you guys, man? You don't have anything else to do. These are military guys now in Alabama, in a station in Alabama. Do you know that this woman is the roofer? Some of you said that you admire this woman. Why are you so impulsive? Why are you so, is it impulsive for you all to attack somebody just so quickly? Hey, listen, this person did this. We're going to, okay. When did this start? I wish I could come back and I could kill most of you myself. And still, I'm reaching people, yet in a few minutes, that dissipates. Nobody takes any action and then stands by that except for this one. It does. It takes a lot, and there are family members of mine who know that for me to speak this way about a woman, she's something. Yeah, to get this out of me. 42. Thank you, sir. Wild winds. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Look, when you put boundaries up and you close people off like this, all right, there are other people who are like this. Even a child, it stirs shit up. I don't think people were expecting for some of you to be so closed off when it comes to, because it's not just me, people mirror me. There are probably women and even men who move kind of like strong women, because this toxic strong man thing is out of control. So what happens is you wind up just saying, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it to your children or something, or yeah, just not today. I don't feel like playing today. I refuse to be at anyone's beck and call for a while unless it's my own that causes disruption. Yeah, like this is, I don't want anything to do with my child, right? I mean, I think some of you, that's how you are. I don't want my kids. I don't want to talk to my kids anymore. I'm not even sure that they're mine. I don't want to feel like I have to force myself to be a fucking mom to some kids that don't even appreciate me, for the stepmoms where you took in some guy's kids and he treats you with disrespect. I would get the hell out of there immediately. The kids don't respect you. Fuck these little fuckers. Yeah, you got a narcissist. That's all he does is fucking berate you in everything that you do because you're skilled at something and it's cooking. He needs somebody. He needs a nurturer. He needs a fucking nurse. Is that what you need? Here, where's my IV? Right? Where's my Jack Daniels in the IV? Go fuck yourself, sir. I hope you get run over by a Mack truck, and because I wish it, you actually will. It's funny. Somebody's going to wind up telling that story, but they're going to tell it in a way where it benefits them, and they're not going to give me any fucking credit, because all of you on this planet are jealous and intimidated by me, even the people where people are jealous and intimidated by you, and it just makes sense because I am this all-powerful, almighty, highest of the high. It doesn't matter if people believe it. It's going to be proven by a series of catastrophic events where you're going to be able to feel are coming from me in my mind. American, the word American is a cursed word. And what happens for these women where you're in relationships with these kind of guys and their kids are just kind of already pre-trash, you wind up now hating yourself, and then this shows in how you are when you go out into the world. Like you go out, you normally would go outside in the sun. When's the last time some of you women cared about your tan? Go sit outside. I catch myself sitting inside too and forgetting that I can sit outside, and the difference that I feel in myself when I have color, or that this sun just hits me. It's even if it's for a short moment of time, it's some type of solace, right? Solar solace. Because staying in the dark like that, you're aging. I mean, look at you. You're not getting any sunlight at all. Because she's making lunches and fucking cleaning and packing lunches for this guy like he's 6. Look at this fucking guy. He looks like Ben Franklin. For one of these guys looks like Ben Franklin. He can't even make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for himself. You have lost your sense of respect for this woman, sir. You wouldn't eat. You wouldn't have much if it wasn't for her maintaining this shit in this house. Yeah, this house was in disarray when she got there, okay? And I feel like you were ready to give up. You weren't saying this, but it was constant thoughts of suicide because of some type of something that happened with a home. I don't know if you lost a home in a divorce, but it feels like this woman now took the money from the divorce and invested it, and she's doing well. The things that you do are voluntary. Is that what they're saying? This is for someone where you're asking why this is happening, and it's because you're willingly making these choices, whatever this is. Nobody's forcing you. That nobody's bending your will here. I feel like she's got a big home, and she could have even did somebody build off of a home that was already yours? Whatever it was, it feels like this woman, she took care of herself because you couldn't take care of her. John Joseph Jessup standing up to now attack this woman's private parts, huh? This is your father. She's all... That's all you do is knock. I didn't raise you to be that way. I raised you to be a strong man. You don't deserve to wear that uniform. You have no credentials. In fact, nobody that's in that room right now is a legit member of the service. She's right about that too. There are people who are overwhelmed. I'm going to speak because I can. There are people who are overwhelmed at the information that this woman has attained and how spot on she is, down to detail. They're not really sure what to do with it. She's destined to have this turn into a movie so that she doesn't go through this torture in vain. If people could make that happen, we don't have much faith in you anymore, and you either. But there are other directors and other, you guys have swam in squalor too, huh? Some of you slept with some kids for something. You act like you had to, but you were already established. What is this sickness? It's unfair, but she'll never say that. She's not the kind of woman that says this isn't fair. If she ever says something like that, then it really must be an injustice. She's not a woman that complains and bitches. These are the women that you claim that you need in your life. You're only looking at her sexually, and that's unfair, because no, these memories, these things in her mind were put there. They implant these things through these implants, and this is going to come out and you're all going to look like fools. You all know that the truth is different, right? The truth is stranger than fiction, and when she says that, she means this shit. That when you find out the truth of what was really going to happen to all of you at the hands of Elon Musk. It doesn't matter. She doesn't have anything to take, Elon. What are you going to do? You're a fucking billionaire, quadrillionaire, not because you earned it, but because you fucking stole it off of Adeline Washington Wallace. And I'm just going to say that name because they don't want me to say it. But you stole that from another woman. Here he comes. You stole what I left to my fucking grandmother. You don't act like you don't remember. Tesla is not yours. The corruption and the injustice and the stealing and the lying. I mean, this could only be Babylon. And since everybody likes to claim that they like to get into darkness, you're about to see a whole different type of darkness. Please don't get me started on the police. What I seen you do to some women. This is Judge Walker. That's my actual name. You had no right walking in that hotel room and crossing that threshold with no warrant. That case should have been thrown the fuck out. This is why she won't be paying a dime and she won't be going back to jail, because every time somebody even thinks about doing this to her, they will either drop dead on the spot or they will wind up getting into a horrible accident. They will be stopped because it was an injustice. She lashed out because she had 200 million, what is it hertz with that kind of radiation? Hertz. 200 million fucking hertz on her at one time. How do you do? We're going to keep saying this, and now that you're all connected and you can hear, you're forced to listen to this. How do you attack a woman with the most extreme amount of painful torture day in and day out and fucking sleep? I don't know how you do it. You must not know what your own devices put out, or you were lied to. There's just no way. The meanest of men wouldn't be able to do this consistently like this. She gets tortured. You just don't realize it. You don't see it. If you know what would stop this, darling? If you did scream in pain, it would drive the whole fucking world mad, where they would have to stop. It's because you deal with pain in silence, like some of these guys claim that they do because they're strong. She actually does it. She doesn't know how to do more than whimper, and she has no control over that. Did you hear me? She has no control over the whimpering. I'm sorry, Taylor, that it fucking kept your goddamn kids up. It's because they were hitting her with something that was taking her life and then bringing her back. They showed it to you. Yeah, you're going to fall to your knees when you find out, one, not only that this is actually the Helena Christensen, she just didn't know it, that you lost, okay? But when you find out just how much pain her body took in, it's uncanny that a human being could endure such pain consistently like this. And we saw some women experience that pain, and you still show up to attack her. It's overwhelming how disgustingly jealous you are of this woman. And it shows in your ugly fucking faces. It does. This is Art Campbell. There's my daughter, you piece of fucking shit. Look, you're ugly just like your goddamn mother. I never wanted you. You were a huge disappointment. I should have pulled the fuck out. Is anybody going to publicize, anybody that has some type of following, that it is not okay to torture and target people for no fucking reason? Can anybody start some type of fight against people who are targeted, that they have lives to live like you, and their lives are put in complete disarray over and over, and these aren't the people who complain about it. They're not complainers. This isn't gang stalking. It's a torture program. It's different from this thing over there with the channel. Yeah, you're not gang stalked. You're just nuts. Okay, this isn't her saying it. This is actually the guy that lived across the hall that couldn't stand the fact that every time I opened the fucking door, I left and now I'm gone. Okay, it's none of your goddamn business. But I'm sure you're trying to make it. You're not gang stalked. You're nuts, and that's affirmative. She was gang stalked her entire life and didn't even realize it. She's oblivious, and she just doesn't care. She was too focused on business. There was a torture program created in 1982 by Barack Obama. It's nothing to be proud of. To torture only women and children. And it was because he was tortured by his mom when he was younger. There's nothing you can do to this woman. You can't take any more from her. You can't shadow ban her videos anymore. She's drained but yet contained. You understand? She has nothing left, and she knows it. She had no choice but to accept the fact that this is what it is. This is another way that she took all the power away from you guys. She doesn't want the fucking money. She doesn't care about the recognition, although it's you know, everybody else wants it. Who is this? Jack Walker. You can tell that she doesn't belong reading these cards, but she's going to do it like this now, and she's going to bring people through, and when the information that's going to come out is going to drive people to help her, because it's going to be undeniable that she is this God that you all were waiting on, and now that she's here, you all are denying her, which was also fated and put in this book. It's like whatever was written in that book is now playing out in real time. Her being the sacrifice, her carrying this endless cross. This is endless. She never gets a break. These are for the Saudis. They never stop. Right now, they have intense laser radiation on her, and they keep this on her all day. They want her dead, but when she sleeps too long, they lose their minds. You see that they created this chaos in their mind. Oh, excuse me, sir. Who the fuck are you? I'm in the spirit realm. All right, Artie Campbell, and I will speak. I don't know who the hell you think you are. Some of us are more powerful over here. If she would just call, there she goes, to handle some things. They do handle some things for you, but then they go back. They need rest too. You don't know what you want from this woman. Some of you want to fuck her, but you hate her. Some of you want to help her, but you want to see her stuck. Others want her dead, but you can't stand not feeling her energy for more than a few hours. This is stirring up things in the universe, and when this stuff that you're stirring up comes back, it's going to hit all of you immediately, and even you military personnel, you're going to be smacking your heads and losing your mind in public. It's going to be, you're going to defame yourself. I think we're good here, darling. I think they want you to take a break for a little bit. Don't worry about what your parents think or whether your dad thinks you're waking your fucking mom up, okay? He's a few steps away from not waking up. But it's Jim. If you die tonight, you're going to a horrible place in hell. One, for knowing about her being kidnapped and never really handling it as a man, but not protecting her like the father that you are, and using her and only making her feel like she's just an employee. You may wind up passing away. This is my brother. This is Ed Heilman. You may wind up passing away soon. And this is when she's going to wind up getting help. You actually are, in some crazy way, because of how hateful you've become. You're holding things back for her, and you were supposed to make things right, even if it's uncomfortable, because you don't know how to say that you were wrong, but you were supposed to show it in some way. And you're not supposed to knock her every time you see her face. This house, there's no mortgage on this home. I have to say this out loud. These two, oh my God. She's not going to get the brunt of this because the universe is going to protect her in some crazy way. The sister-in-law and sister bought this house because they were ready to lose it, because they couldn't keep up the payments on it. But yet they knock everybody else who loses their home or can't pay bills. You're two of the biggest fucking hypocrites that we've ever seen in this realm. You don't hear yourselves. You sound ridiculous. And then you don't want to hear the truth. You walk away. You're like two big fucking kids. She's more mature than both of you put together, and she's better with money too. The irony. If she didn't have to feel like she has to give everything over to you guys, she actually would have saved something. She doesn't go out and blow money. In case this is not your daughter. This isn't the junkie. Okay? And you should give her the respect that she deserves. She was never a junkie, this one here. Never. She was a cartel boss and a mafia boss, and she was too busy to get caught up in that shit. Your wife knows about your father's home was supposed to be left to Erica and Teresa, and there's forged signatures. When your daughter said, did Grandpa leave anything, she's not nuts, okay? She shouldn't have a problem with a roof over her head because the house was left to her and Erica Heilman, who is Erica Alderson. We're not going to stop until something's made right. Dorothy knows. You help everybody in this family out except for this one because you're fucking jealous of her too, and you always have been jealous of Teresa. You help your junkie sister who's doing 6 bags of fucking meth a day, Dorothy Staniszewski. She's doing 6 bags of meth a day, and you send her food. This woman went hungry for a couple of days, and you knew, and you didn't want to put any money in her fucking PayPal account. The disgust. Here comes your father. I wish I never had any of you, now that I see how evil and broken you all are. I don't know what to say. I don't really have anything to say. I'm just upset and I'm angry, and I can't believe that you're my children. You give them money for food. You give them money. You never ask for it back. And you already thought, this is for Dorothy, already thought if I give it to her, she's going to have to pay me back. Why? Here's the kicker. Teresa is not your sister. This kidnapping stuff and baby swapping thing, and Rita's not your blood sister either, but yet you take these two on as a mother. But you cut this woman off because you're intimidated by her looks, and you found out some things too, right? Dorothy, I left the house to Erica and Teresa. I left nothing to Susie and Stephanie, and somehow they got money, and these two were left out. What is your I want it to be made right! And he's screaming, and I don't know, I can only yell so loud because my mother is sleeping. I want you to be the daughter that you were when we were alive. Every one of you has changed since we were removed, and I wasn't prepared to see some of the things that happened to this little girl, even by the hands of her own fucking father. She stays away from you because she can tell, Bud, that you did something and that you're feeling conviction. She's trying to make it more comfortable. She doesn't want to be there. She didn't want to be in a fucking porta potty either. It was to no fault of her own. She's the most targeted woman. You have no idea what this woman's walk has been like. What else do they want to expose? It was Sonny Liston who took her, but she knew it was a Sonny. And it's not this one who said it. It was actually Michelle Pembroke. We know how crazy this sounds. What else? Sydney Sheridan Rossi, officially. Somebody who was looking for her for a while. I don't know if this is a husband. This could be Billy Christensen was looking for her. She's the one with the channel. I know you don't. I know all of you are saying that you're not interested, but you all jerk off to her behind your wives' backs. Every one of you say that you're not interested, but you have a secret love affair with her in your mind. It's disgusting, and it's not fair to this woman. Cut these cords with her. You're pulling on her energy, and it's not fair. Oh, you're gonna care. This thing that's happening is going to start happening in little increments. You're going to feel like you're being burned by the sun because there's going to be an energy that follows some of you around that you sent out to this woman. You're not going to know how it's hitting you. You're going to try and listen to frequencies. It's not going to work. You're going to think it's the sun, but nobody else is talking about it. It's the same shit you wanted for her, right? She's crazy. Nobody's acknowledging it, so she must be crazy. We're going to hit her by herself so that she looks nuts until she started calling out that everybody's going to feel it. People thought she was nuts, but now they feel it and they're worried. There are people who are concerned. What did she go through? If any of you were hit with what she got hit with at the worst, you would die instantly. They hit her with enough plutonium frequency and self-engaged laser radiation that it should have killed the entire planet at once, hitting her with it. They know that she's different, but they keep challenging, thinking that they're going to take her life. She has something to do, and it won't be taken by you. She will be taken by other beings when she's ready. So yeah, you will be able to follow you around, and you won't be able to remove it. You're going to be touched by this force, and you're going to slowly cook. And that warms my motherfucking heart.